If you want to learn how to build a luxury brand, then stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to do just that. Hey guys, it's Lee Marie and I teach you how to. Today's video is number 4 in our branding series. Hopefully you are enjoying all of the content of this series and you are ready to tune in to learn all about luxury branding. Luxury branding, along with what branding is, as we mentioned before, is not a product. It's a feeling or an experience that you create for your customer. So when you are trying to build a luxury brand, focus more on the experience or the feeling that you want for your customer and less on having luxury type products. There are 5 differences that I would like to go over regarding the differences between affordable/mass market and luxury companies. The first big difference is pricing. So obviously mass market and affordable companies, they're going to want to price their product as low as possible because they're trying to bring you affordability. So they're going to do their cost and then they're going to do a small margin and they want to basically beat out somebody else that has a similar product. So if a mass market company sees that someone is selling a product for $10, they might try to come in and sell it for $9. So they're competing to get the lowest price possible to try to attract customers with affordability. Now, luxury companies, on the other hand, they use what's called value-based pricing. Now, I did make a video earlier, which I'll link up top, all about the differences in pricing and how to price your products. And so value-based pricing is one that luxury companies often use. And basically what it is you obviously take care of your cost, and then after that, your margin's actually quite high. Because instead of doing like 2 or 3 times your cost and having that be your retail price, you instead are giving your product a value, some sort of inherent value that it brings to the customer, and that is the justification for the higher price. So for example, with a Trudon candle, like let's say it costs them $5 per candle to make, but they sell them for $80. So that $75 difference is the value that their brand brings to you as the consumer. It's almost like it's the allure of what having that product in your home brings. It's the feeling of having such a luxurious product in your home. That feeling's gonna cost you $75 extra. So remember, when you are pricing your products in a luxury market, that you are using value-based pricing. Now, this doesn't mean that you can go crazy and if you make a $5 candle, sell it for $300, unless you somehow create the value. And now I'm going to talk to you about how to create the value. So something that a lot of luxury brands do is they create want. They create need. And they do this through scarcity. And what do I mean by that? When mass market companies come out with a new product, they want as many of them out there as possible. Luxury companies are different. When they come out with a new product, they only bring out a small number because basically they want you to fight for it. They want you to be there on launch day, ready to purchase. They want to create anticipation for a product launch. The best way to describe this is Nike. So when a new pair of Air Jordans come out, they usually sell out immediately. Why is that? Because everybody wants their hands on the new Jordans because it creates value. Again, it creates a feeling, something you want. You want that product. You want to be one of the first people to have it. And what does Nike do? They make a small amount. They certainly have the capabilities of making millions of Jordans, but they don't. They specifically and intentionally make a much smaller amount because they want to create that hysteria of, I want the Jordans, I want them as soon as they come out. And they create this want and this need of a product. That is something that luxury brands often do. Another thing you'll notice with luxury brands is they don't have sales. They don't discount, they don't do clearance because they're always working to cultivate that desire, that want and that need that someone will always be willing to pay full price for their product because they just want it in their hands. They want it in their house. So that is something that luxury brands are very good at. And if you want to become a luxury brand, then you're going to have to work on your scarcity, basically hyping up your product so much to the point that when you launch, it is sold out. And then after that, you create more hysteria with your next product and your next product. And you're known as a brand that, man, every time they have a new launch, I have to be the first. I have to be on their website immediately because I want my hands on that product. So creating that kind of hysteria and that kind of excitement for your product is something you have to do if you want to be a luxury brand. Another big thing that is a difference between mass market affordable brands and luxury brands is luxury brands really look at the details and they work really hard to create an experience. So whether it's impeccable customer service, easy returns, whether it's an unboxing experience. So if you order something online, you have this beautiful experience. You know, an affordable brand is probably going to ship something in a generic box, and you're going to open it and your product's going to be inside, and that's going to be it. With a luxury company, usually the outside box will be branded somehow. It could be a mailer, or if it's a standard shipping box, it will have the brand somehow on there. Then you're going to open it and find this beautiful like logo tissue paper. And from there, you're going to open it, and if it's a candle, you're going to see this gorgeous candle care card and thank you card. And they're going to be on beautiful stationery that when you feel it, it's soft to the touch. Underneath that is going to be a gorgeous custom printed box. And when you open that box, you're going to get a candle that's perfectly wicked, that is impeccable. It is filled nicely. It has a smooth top. The label is on correctly and it's professionally printed. That's the experience you're going to expect when you're paying extra. So make sure that you know what your customers' expectations are. If you're going to be selling a candle for $80, $100, whatever it may be in the luxury marketplace, you better have a client experience, an unboxing experience that matches that price tag. That is something that's very important to consumers. They will know if you cut corners and they will call you out on it. And they have done that to other brands. So what you want to make sure is that you are paying attention to the small details and that you are creating an unboxing experience that is so amazing that your customer is going to say, wow, that is worth $80. That's an $80 candle because I felt so amazing opening it. Everything was so beautiful. I'm going to put this all over Instagram and social media because it's so stunning. That's what you want with a luxury brand. The fourth difference between mass market, large affordable retailers and luxury is the actual materials themselves. Example for this would be a Chanel handbag. Now, did Chanel spend $6,000 on leather? No. But are they using a much higher quality leather than say someone, a company that's selling a leather handbag for $60? Probably. Chances are the Chanel handbag was made in Italy, where the other handbag was made in China. Chances are the Chanel bag was made by hand, where the other bag was probably made by a machine. So when it comes to materials, a lot of the times luxury retailers have to use higher quality materials. You have to. So when it comes to being a candle maker, you want to make sure you're using perfume grade fragrances and that you take your client on a fragrance journey. You want to make sure that you're doing those custom boxes that are beautifully printed. Again, a graphic designer is worth so much to your company, especially if you want to become a luxury brand. You're going to need all of that branded material to be consistent, beautiful, upscale. So again, if you're doing candles, you want to make sure that your fragrances are on point, they're upscale, they're complex, they're perfume grade, high quality. You want to make sure your box is custom printed and gorgeous. If you want to, have a label, make sure it's professionally printed and beautiful. Have some of that custom printed tissue paper. Have your candle care cards be professionally printed have them be on beautiful cardstock. A little later on in the video, I will show you what I use. I somewhat consider my brand luxury. I would put myself on the low end of luxury. Mine is a $40 candle. I pay attention to the same details that you would for a luxury candle. So that's why I call myself my brand a luxury brand, is I do pay attention to those details. I try to give a beautiful unboxing experience. I do use very high-end, very high-quality materials. So I will show you exactly what I use, what my candles look like, and kind of the unboxing experience a little bit later. So stay tuned for the end of the video. And the last thing that sets mass market companies aside from luxury brands is luxury brands have a story to tell. There's something that you can get behind. There's something that you want to support. Again, it's all that feeling and experience. Less so about the product, more so about a journey, a feeling, an experience. So I love to use the Nike, Air Jordan example, because Michael Jordan is probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest athlete ever. And people love his story. So when it comes to his shoe, the Air Jordan, which sells more than any shoe in Nike, he has created such an incredible brand because people love him. They love his story. They want to support him. It's all about Michael Jordan. If they were called anything else, they wouldn't sell. They sell because they're called Air Jordans. They sell because they're attached to Michael Jordan and his story. When you're building your luxury brand, you want to make sure that you have a story to tell that people can get behind. You want to envelop them in your company, make them a part of your company. Tell this beautiful story of why you are having the brand that you have. What is it that inspires you? Why should people see value in your company? What is it that makes you special? Remember, we talked about that in the previous video, and it's very, very important, especially when you're building a luxury brand. You want to make sure that people have something to root for, something to get behind, something to get inspired by. So as promised, I'm going to show you some of my materials that I use. Again, I'm working my way towards building a luxury brand. So I eventually do want to upgrade a lot of my products, a lot of the materials that I use, and those little touches that we mentioned. But in the meantime, I do feel like I give my clients a really beautiful unboxing experience. So first thing I want to do is, so my candle care cards, that's them. So these are very thick. They are printed on a special pearlized paper. And these were done by my graphic designer. So she designed these. And again, when we were talking about my brand and I was going over my branding colors, craft brown, cream, that olive green, and gold are my colors. So this definitely highlights the colors of my brand. The pearlized paper is very, very beautiful to look at. It has a little bit of a sheen. So this is something that you get in the mail when you order a candle from me. Next, of course, we have the candle itself. So the vessel is gold, which is another one of my colors. The labels are professionally printed, and they do have gold foil. I'm not sure if you can see that. But these vessels are super sturdy. My clients love these vessels so much. They are very sophisticated. They work in a lot of different kinds of homes with different architectures and different styles. And I absolutely love these tins. They're also really nice because when you ship, you don't have to worry about breakage. And that's one of the main reasons I stayed away from glass. Glass is also heavier, believe it or not. So with glass, I was shipping and it was either it's going to break or it's going to be really expensive to ship. So I switched to these tins and I absolutely love them. So I have this beautiful gold tin. I have my smooth tops. I have a centered wick. I make sure that I clean every single bit of my jar. There is no dripping. Everything is super clean, super nice. My wick is trimmed appropriately. That candle comes in this box. So again, my graphic designer, she designed the boxes for me. And these boxes, even though they're professionally printed, are still very eco-friendly. They're completely biodegradable. They're made from recycled materials. So it's totally on brand for me, while also giving my customer kind of an upscale experience. So they have this beautiful printed box with a beautiful design. And then in keeping with this design, these flowers are the main design of my brand. I have my tissue paper. This is my branded tissue paper that I have custom made with a custom Pantone color and everything. And so this is included in the box, and you know, it's in the unboxing experience where you open up the tissue paper, you have your beautiful candle care card, then you have your box. I make it a really nice experience for my customer because they are spending $40. My candles retail for $40. And I want to give them that perceived value that I'm using high quality ingredients. I'm using really, really beautiful vessels, boxes. Everything is, you know, appealing to the eye, and it's all cohesive and consistent. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and you have found some value in the content. I would love to keep making videos like this, so if you can, please do hit the like button and also consider subscribing. It really helps the channel, and we're trying to grow so we can bring more series like this for you. Stay tuned for the next video. It's video number 5 in the branding series, where I bring my friend Stephanie, who is a marketing and branding expert. She's going to answer all of your questions and also give you her best tips and tricks for how to build your brand successfully, and also for how to present your brand on social media. As always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.